Let's get into it. On the attacking side, it will be Gambit to try and set the pace here in what could be the final map of the grand final. Unless there is life in the defensive side of Ascend, and already the pressure is great. Gambit going to begin things well with a pick, but a quick trade out keeps things at least within check. But the spike is down, and the time's on their side.
He's now actually going to get spotted out. He will deal with Redgar. Lots of focus coming back through B main here, but Gambit playing very deep. The backside of sight here.
Oh, and the overwhelmed Shados goes down. Defo and Nats, if you've got anything left to defend that spike, ticking away time by time. cned going to try and close in towards Kitchen. Halfway now achieved. There's not much to stop it. Killers takes down Nats. It's all on Defo, and he's not in the right place nor at the right time. First round goes to Ascend. Just wait patiently to see what the next steps are.
Cut and paste almost here on round 2 for Gambit. Straight away onto B. Ascend able to nullify some of this pressure early on, but Chronicle finds cned.
But I love the fact that bringing these pistols to areas where they can still work. You know, a frenzy or two, a classic here and there is just fine in middle. Now it does get overwhelmed, but you can see the potential for a luck. Now the spike gonna probably get halfway, maybe not. Shadows good for 1. Still a 3v2, and that might be the end of it. No more threats. Yes, Nats can try and buy some time, but you can see instantly Zeke is on the case. They do look like they want to challenge that B-long control, so you're not wrong in this. Zeke, though, is going to go for the walk-up, which could be dangerous. There's 2, 3 players here, and he gets the tag on the first, but not the frag. That now opens up the map. They have to respect this and hit that rotation, but as said, they're still holding this default.
And actually, it was interesting there, because cned was always looking for contact for Keyless to pop that Viper's Pit, but Keyless will pop it to allow this rotation to come through. Trying to force Gambit's hand. I mean, it's popped, and he's going to abandon it as well.
Gives them an extra body on the site at the bare minimum. Spike's en route, working up B long. 3 players on site. But a chip damage doesn't quite connect. Shadow still fine to move forward. Wall goes in. Starzo goes up and over. Still going to be good for 1, but the rifle gets dropped. And that's now Chronicle coming online. Bonecold still at least keeping himself in the battle. A 3v2 isn't so simple, but Nats... Oh, this is huge.
That's huge info.
Nats is threading the needle. Yes, he gets noted, but still he does the damage. Facilitates the cross towards the site if they fancy it, but maybe still want to be diligent. Find Bonecold first.
Bonecold can remove another weapon. That's huge for Ascend. Moves to a 1v2. Nats is 45 HP. Left. So definitely doable here.
He's already thinking about it. Nats,
Nats.
He's that far ahead. He's that...
Yeah, it's...
a whole lot of nothing.
I mean, Zeke, on the back of his ultimate, does have a rifle, but Nats just walks up.
Timing, Gilles! Gilles! Oh, the timing could have been everything. He only gets 1, though. Trades out, still going to tee up someone like cned. Gets Redguard down. Shados kicks into action, gets the punish on Starzo and fades away. A 2v2, but rifles get taken away. They get to pour them over to their side, but no armor with Ascend, and Gambit still sitting pretty with theirs. Site take comes in, Shados quick to this, tries to clear, but now makes sure he sits with that spike, crossing on over, trying to keep this safe. Zeke gonna pop the ult as well. cned with 1 and Zeke with the other.
Line here, Defo actually popping the Blade Storm right away here.
Maybe a peek to middle and a peek to long. cned so aware. We need him. If you're an Ascend fan, you need him to find some of this, but already you can see Shadow tries to just body block him. cned still stands! And Nats, the last one here, already being closed in on 2 players down middle. This feels inevitable, and it is Zeke with a shot to the back.
Riding the Sheriff into this, they want to get cned online with that operator.
Wait, where did Zeke just get that from? Straight through the smoke, maybe. Nats is trying to creep it. As it fades, he walks it. Zeke so hyper-aware now.
Right here.
Keeping control of middle might be critical to this, as now the site hit comes in. Bonecold now knows that he doesn't have to worry about his back, but it's the front that's the problem, as Shados is still the powerhouse, playing on through, creating space, and opening up a little bit of room for a plant to come in. Definitely now watching in case someone gets a little aggressive ahead on that short playback. Oh, gets popped. And now suddenly, this is looking dicey. Chronicle! How's he found 3? Chronicle turns this round on its head, and cned, the last line of defense for Ascend in this, has Defo and Shados to get past. He tries to lean forward and caught in the side. Shados is...
No tags there with a Hunter's Fury.
Composure maintaining for cned, though, is critical. Let's see how he fares now. Op in hand, going to retake a little bit of that space, but he's left not necessarily on his own. He does have Zeke behind him. Just holding for this cross. Gambit have shown not much towards that A site, and now the utility gets invested. A jump peek for Shados, and they start to slow walk up towards the site. Ult comes out, and cned looking for a pixel over that wall. Nothing really presented. Zeke on the backlines in a miss, and a bad one at that. Starzo by his side, though, going to make up for the problems. Nats exceeds expectations. Rez comes out. cned back on his feet, and Starzo with a mad step towards Shados. It's put so much pressure back, and Starzo's having a round. 3 already. He's making it 4. He wants to do it all himself, and he might be able to do it. It's cned to close down the account.
Build off. No Bladestorm available either for Defo. cned's here with the operator.
There's a lot of people who could overwhelm him right now. Let's see if we can play this right.
What?
Yeah. Real quick. That's not bad for cned. Bone Cold next in line, trying to hold this push up, do some chip damage. Shados down a little low. Defo not looking so pretty either. The walking wounded now. Do take towards the site. cned still keeps calm, keeps cool. Goes for a mad shot. Not going to find it, but it is now a 1v3, and Nats outnumbered, outgunned. And this mid lean up and cned's presence on A allows at least 3 players for Ascend to be comfortable enough towards that B side, especially with that ult as well. Gambit is still exploring this though. 4 players here. Last time Starzo was a huge win condition in this round's conversion when we saw this similar piece last time. Defo wants to clear over by yellow, which he should be able to do. And Killers just dips his toes in. Now going to invest a little more utility. But it's not full commitment just yet. That's a lot of information relayed though.
I think 3 members of Gambit were down to 1 HP there, so that snake bite. Unfortunate not to find anything behind the wall, but he already created a hole. This makes it so awkward to plant now. 18 seconds left.
You're seeing Chronicle still deliver towards Bone Cold. That's not good from Starzo. Outdone time now. 12 seconds. Zeke beats Nats, but it's a 4v3. Spike goes in, and the walk, you can see it to the left side. Redguard gets caught. I thought him dead to rights, but Zeke's still there to keep this in hand. Chronicle, Defo, and Shados, what have you got for us? Chronicle just going to try and live this out.
What?
Takes down Zeke. Domination as cned now drops in. The big reveal in a second's time, tries to spam on through, doesn't get what he wants. Killers is right there as well. A tap on the spine. Draws the fire. What? cned beheads him, dashes away, tries to absolutely play his life, but time. Hypok, they're running out of time here.
It's an open plant as well, so Chronicle can punish this if they go for it. cned's actually sticking through. He's going to get the half.
He's got it to half, but that's all he's going to get. Shados denies, and Gambit this time. It closed now. We find out as we start off with Defo with the first peek, but not the first pick. Out of charges.
We're able to escape with the orb there as well. Defo countering that pressure. We'll find Bone Cold. Ascend. Want to try and force this though. Shados will find a second.
And they're still just fine. They all got kind of bundled up together, but they come out of it scot-free, and the fight continues. But it's so favorable to Shados, who's just been a butcher. Dicing up Ascend, leaving just cned alive. A 1v4, and it ain't looking likely. Shados with a shutdown.
Towards 8. It's just Shados there. Let's have some utility to work around. Yes, we'll pull that up and slow things down a little bit. Ascend have to be diligent on the way in here. See, with no presence, Gambit already creeping back towards A site.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see if maybe Zeke tries to keep them attentive towards that A site, but now it's noted, it's been heard, it's been seen. And as the Shados back of the site with Nats up towards the rafters, it's Starzo on the first chopping block, and they've gone down. Gambit holding 3, and now Nats just comes alive when needed, and that's a shutdown.
Defo actually might even find a peek here at the start. Just missing on the second.
Are they alive? Defo, gotta be careful. Maybe not. He's just fine keeping his composure, and it's cool. They line up. How are Gambit making it look so simple? Starzo still stands, but it's for a moment to watch. Shados waiting in the corner. Zeke gonna lean forward. There's gonna be the ult being popped. Chronicle's in a bit of trouble here. cned's already found Shados. That could be the site open. Look at the over-aggress. I love that from Zeke. Get in their face. cned, the second line. And Gambit now feel the full force of Ascend, leaving Nats and Defo not really in a position to say much about this.
Defo has the operator, has to be a consideration here. Don't want to throw that one away. Even actually, Defo going for a quick peek towards lower here.
They've got the res, maybe feeling confident about it.
Beautiful.
And why not just be confident about your own ability? Defo outdoes cned. And that's that first blood that's been missing from them a couple of these rounds.
No res available as well, so Sen have to play this as 4. The wall again invested towards mid, so we give Redgar some information to act upon. Nats actually holding pretty close contact here at the end of B main. Be able to slow things down with his snake bite. We'll find a head on the other side of that peak. No rotation just yet. You can see Redgar considering it. But it might even be Gambit. Give this up.
Yeah, wall goes up. Can't quite go for the
snake bite just comes ahead of it as well.
Yeah, he has to respect that now. Nats is buying time, which is fantastic for the rotations because they didn't necessarily bite early. Nats is really trying to do the damage, and this is the backline defense that Gambit can depend upon for now. Time. They didn't leave it too late, though. It's still 34 seconds, but Zeke, tricky scenario. You know that players are close by. Just going to use the lid to try and buy a little bit of safety. Redgar still finds Starzo. That's now the spike left loose. Nats gets involved.
No way,
he pushes ahead. The man is so brave to do this. But Bone Cold quells it, but look what's left. It's down to just 1. Bone Cold in a 1v3, 13 seconds. And I think Gambit might have just done enough to get to 11. Point. For now, Defo waits. Aggressively postured forward, looking for that first player to swing the corner. The Owl drone put in just to deal with this potential, but he's still going to find it. Falls away in time. Chronicle now steps into place. The next layer to the piece from Gambit, always prepared for what's about to come.
That is perfection from Defo, just waiting a second, anticipating the peek behind the Owl drone. And he's rewarded for it. Again, no res, not even close for Starzo. Have to play this out as 4. Gambit can sit back now with a man advantage.
There's a man to do it. It might just be cned though, and they need him right now. He's been having hot and cold games. This would be the round that you depend on your heavy hitters, your superstars. But he can't find the way forward. Starzo going to try and just defend that spike going down. Bone Cold puts his life in his hands. Starzo looks towards Rafters, doesn't see it, and cned takes a look, takes a glimpse and takes a scalp. Shados goes, Redgar down, cned! You say you need him, there he is, but it's not without reply. Bone Cold and Starzo put into a 2v2, you've got Nats and Chronicle, the dastardly duo that we saw from the first time. Now Starzo takes down half of it, it's all on Chronicle. A 1v2 to get to 12, or it's 11-11, and we go all even again. Chronicle tries to get further forward around the world we go, they're just playing time.
Purchase for Gambit. Ultimate's available.
And Shados is screaming these comms. You can see it in the cam. cned is closing that gap quick. It's on Shados to do any sort of damage he can.
They pass each other.
Slips the net. It's Shados to win. Zeke goes down. Falls away safely. Chronicle by his side. The rest of the team's on the way. But Shados wants to get to 12 on his own back. Bone Cold stops the tear before it really comes through. But the spike goes down. Post plant. 3 of them standing. Res comes in and could be 4 back up. There's the res. It's going to be Redgar getting Shados. There's Zeke back on his feet. It's a 4v5 now. Defo still stands fighting Keyless. And look at the positioning coming out.
No
Defo!
way.
How's he got Starzo? And now it's all down to Zeke. The one man against the army of Gambit. And it's 12 on the board for Gambit now. Now.
That's huge though, you want cned to be the one to find the opener here. Down to 90 HP, no armor. And Gambit set up to greet this hit.
Defo's re-aggressing. He's going for a second look. Another bite to the cherry. He got the first tag on cned. Does he now get the better of him? Forced to fight and he succeeds. cned down, blades come out. Killers is going to find him, so it's not going to be easy just yet. It's not smooth sailing across the board. Starzo holds his own, takes down Nats. They have to respect this for merely a second. Shados, Redgar, Chronicle. What's the plan?
Gambit, 3v4 on the retake. Again, they want to scrap for this. They want to fight. See here now, Zeke has to go huge. The wall goes up, but straight away ripped away.
The time, this is it. Time to strike for Zeke. Starzo by his side. It's 12-12.
Oh, the possibility again, you have to anticipate this here. The Owl drone will actually spot out the operator and cned's location. Has to fall away from this. Looking now for Keyless to pick up the slack on the backside of yellow. cned actually looking for an angle through mid here. Starzo's walled over.
Are you kidding me? What a time to come alive. Starzo takes down Shados, takes down Redgar. And now Nats has to respond. They have to now deal with this problem. Gambit have suddenly lost a little bit of that brilliance, that default that's kept them so safe for so long. But it's not over yet. Nats, Defo, Chronicle, some heavy hitters still stand for the Gambit side. Defo not quite finding any way in just yet, and they're sitting just deeper than those first angles they're going to have to clear. They'll let them take up to yellow. They'll let them maybe even toy with a spike plant. They have the numbers here. But Gambit, they don't really play to percentages.
30 seconds left.
They go above and beyond so often. And they see
Keeler's
nothing.
Just tucked behind the box there as well. Bone Cold ready to spam through. Again, no wall, so can spam onto default from here.
If they get a pick from this, no. Denied by cned. Chronicle, though, that's 2.
What?
Timing, though, they're down to 10 seconds here. They're not going to have the timing on this at all. Spike in hand. And this is Ascend playing.
Behind the Owl drone. What they will find is on the back of this. Chronicle has to deal with that to make sure Shados can play off this position.
He's been unnoted. Now he is noted. Now they know the position. Do they swing on the Lear? It don't need to. Zeke's in their face already. Takes down Shados. Ascend, I don't think know when they're done. They've got to force Gambit away into more of a post-plant position, but that spike needs to go down.
The snake bite and the shock dart just a little off there.
Oof. That one ain't. But where do they find this entry on the way back in? Gambit presented a conundrum, a puzzle to somehow undo. Defo going to be trying to get up towards those rafters. See if he can get that pick. Zeke happy to the first contact. The wall goes up and away we go. Bone Cold says no. Starzo as well. It's down to Redgar and Chronicle. The 2 stand. Make it 1. Redgar, is there anything left in the tank? Or have Ascend done enough to take us all the way here? Redgar, can he get towards the side? Tap the spike. No way.
No way.
No way. Someone stop him. It's going to be Zeke. And we're going the distance.